2024 NBA Finals is better than the 2016 NBA Finals with LeBron James and Stephen Curry, and this is why. Because there's 4 NBA Superstar Hall of Famers playing in the finals at the same time. LeBron James and Stephen Curry in 2016, they were amazing. It was great. I watched the whole entire series, but this year is different. The Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics are about to face off in the NBA Finals. This promises to be an interesting series no matter who comes out on top. Kyrie Irving returns to Boston, a place where he's not exactly a fan favorite. He's gone from playing part-time to full-time, and now he finds himself at the center of a championship contender.
I think it's Jason Tatum. He cannot play bad in this series. If he plays spectacularly well, but Boston manages to lose because Dallas has 2 superstars that show up and play sensational as well, then there's no shame in that.
Both teams boast young stars, Luka Doncic for the Mavericks and Jason Tatum for the Celtics. This is only the 3rd finals appearance for the Mavericks, while the Celtics are seasoned veterans with 23 appearances under their belt. This year marks the first ever matchup between these 2 teams in the finals. In the regular season, the Celtics swept the season series, including a blowout victory by 28 points. However, those games were played before the Maverick acquired key role players PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. These additions completely transformed the Dallas team. Additionally, the first matchup occurred when the Mavericks were still figuring things out as a new group. Derrick Jones Jr. and Daniel Gafford, now crucial players on the team, only played a combined total of 13 minutes in that blowout loss. Looking at the season as a whole, we already know the Celtics are a dangerous team. They have a ton of talent, generating high caliber offense and elite defense. Their playoff run showcased this perfectly. However, it's worth noting that they didn't necessarily face the toughest path to the finals. They played against 3 teams without their best players, and none of those teams even reached 50 wins. On the other hand, the Mavs have undergone a remarkable transformation. They went from a middle-of-the-pack team with no real shot at the title to a team battling through the playoffs, defeating not 1, not 2, but 3 teams with over 50 wins. Throughout the playoffs, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic face elite scorers like James Harden, SGA, and Anthony Edwards. They both shown significant improvements, stepping up defensively when needed.
Jaylen Brown has never had to deal with the pressure because he was never looked at as the same player as Jason Tatum is. Around the league, no matter what you think, people view Jason Tatum as a better player than JB. That's been heat. JB has never been talked about as the possible potential face of the NBA.
The improved defense of the Dallas backcourt, combined with the overall team defense that was already vastly enhanced, completely changes the game. Offensively, the Kyrie-Luka duo is well known for their explosiveness. They've even dismantled the league's #1 defense and making them look like a mediocre team. Both teams are capable of locking down defensively and offensively. However, the X factors are what could tip the scale. Here, the Celtics have a slight edge. Their X factors, guys like Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Al Horford, are practically borderline all-stars. Each of them can drop over 20 points on any given night. They're not just scorers, they're also high-level defenders. And to top it all off, they can all shoot threes. This 5-out offense, with all Celtic players being threats from beyond the arc, presents a situation the Mavericks haven't faced at all during the playoffs, at least not on this level. The spacing creates driving lanes, kick-out opportunities, and open shots. When the Celtics get hot, they're nearly impossible to stop. But the Mavericks are a team that has adapted to various offenses and defenses throughout the playoffs, coming up with winning strategies every single time. Strategizing for the Celtics will undoubtedly be a tougher task, but it's still possible, especially considering the improvement of the Dallas X factors.
It's not going to be anything. If he loses and he doesn't play well, it's a disaster. He has to play very, very well if they win, and sensational if they lose.
Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ Washington emerged as reliable support pieces for Luka and Kyrie during the OKC series. They did amazing. PJ recorded 3 games with over 20 points, and Derrick Jones Jr. had 2 consecutive games with over 19 points. Not only did they contribute offensively, but they were also capable perimeter defenders, which will be crucial against a team like the Celtics. In addition to the wings, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford have become elite rim protectors and lob threats for Luka and Kyrie. Ultimately, the finals are where superstars shine. We expect Tatum, Brown, Luka, and Kyrie to do just that. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be mad at me, but I'm going to have to ultimately pick the Celtics over the Mavericks. The Celtics run a system. They have great superstars. They have obviously Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. with great backcourts like Derek White, and there's nothing else you could do. Like honestly, there's nothing else. So Mavericks, try next year. Kyrie, you're one of my favorite players, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with JT and JB. And make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We posting every single day. I'm giving y'all heat. I'm giving y'all details. I'm giving y'all information day to day, back to back. Like and subscribe, my young niggas.